Hi, Elcio.
Hello, Maureen.
How are you doing?
It's a lazy holiday, and I I was working a little work because I have a second business.
Really?
I work with finger food.
Hmm. Like a catering business?
Yes, for party,
Oh,
for
cool.
children's party,
Cool.
and and I was make some tests.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Testing out some recipes?
Yes.
What did you make?
I make a bread like a rose. The name is I don't know in English. A type of the pork meat.
Hmm.
I don't know the name.
Is it like pork inside of a roll of bread?
Yes.
Yeah, we call those, well, we eat them here like in Chinese restaurants, and we call them pork
Mm,
buns.
Let me see the exactly term for this. A loin.
Can you type it in the chat? Oh, pork loin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, pork loin.
In Brazil, we have a Canadian loin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Canadian style.
Yes, yeah, I make a flour with bread and
Oh,
loin.
cool, cool. And you do just children's parties?
Yes.
Do they have themes?
No, no, no. Only test today.
Oh, okay. Because I had this idea to start a business doing children's parties, but with the theme. So they have like a different theme each time. Because you know the movie Frozen? Have you seen
No,
Frozen, the movie?
frozen.
It's a new
Mm,
new Disney movie.
frozen. I don't remember. I think no.
It's about two girls who are
Ah, I
sisters.
I was no. I watched
I had
Ratatouille.
this idea to start a business. So I had this idea to do a theme party of Frozen, and so everything is frozen, and then there's a sing along because everyone likes the songs from that movie.
I will watch this movie.
It's pretty good. I liked it. I don't like children's movies, but I enjoyed Frozen, so you
Ah,
might like it.
I like it, the children's movie.
Hmm.
Then I was watching Ratatouille.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I saw that on an airplane. It was the perfect movie for an airplane. Made me kind of hungry though. Okay, so welcome to my class. Let's see, we've got a full group here. We've got Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Is it Sarah or Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah?
Right.
And
Mhm.
where are you from?
I'm from Kuwait.
Oh, okay. Welcome to my class.
Thank you.
This is your first time in one of my classes, right?
Right.
Welcome.
Thank
And we've got Isaac here with us. Hi, Isaac.
Hi teacher, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
And
Thank
where are
you.
you from?
Valencia, Spain.
Oh, wonderful. I love Valencia. I love Spain, any place in Spain. I prefer the warm weather, so Valencia is perfect.
Yep,
Is it
it's
very
so
hot
weather.
there?
Yeah, really hot.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, and we've got Hussein with us today. You were in my class before. You're from Turkey, right?
Yes, great.
Welcome back. And we've got
Thanks.
Elcio here with us today. How are things in your town, Elcio?
Everything is good.
Very busy?
No.
That's good. And let's see, we've got Ender here with us. Is it Ender?
Sorry?
How do you say your name?
Enver.
Ender. Welcome. Where are you from?
I'm from Istanbul, from Turkey.
Great.
Maybe Hussein.
I've been to, yeah, I've visited Istanbul in 2010. It was really beautiful. Lots of tulips.
Wonderful.
hmm And we've got Daniel here with us. Daniel?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, fine. Everything is good.
And have you been in my class before?
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, I think. Like
Yeah, okay.
weeks or something like that.
And where are you from?
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay. Did you change your picture?
Yes, I did.
I recognize it now. Okay. And we've got Bashar with us. Hi, Bashar.
Hi.
How are you today? Yeah, I think so. Must be a good time to take English classes in Turkey.
Yes.
It's night time there. It's what, 11 p.m.?
Yes, it is 11.
Okay. Well, it's kind of late.
Not late.
Not too late? You must be a night owl. That's a person who stays up very late.
Yeah.
A night owl. Okay, and we've got Adela here with us. Hi, Adela.
Hello, Maureen.
How are you today?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Good. Well, you can see actually I hurt my arm, so my arm is in a sling, but it's okay. It just was a little sprain in my shoulder. So it's hard for me to type today. I only have one hand to type, so you can't really, I won't be able to type very much. And we've got another new student with us today. Let's see, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Jawad?
Jawad, yes.
Jawad, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And where are you from, Jawad?
I'm from France.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
What part of France?
I'm from Cannes. Do you know Cannes?
Yes, down in the south.
South of France, on the sea.
Yes,
where there are a famous festival of movie every year.
That's right, the film festival.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, I've never been to Cannes, but I went to Nice, and
Nice.
it was beautiful. I loved it.
Yes, so Cannes is near to Nice.
Very close.
It's not far away.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. Well, welcome to my class.
Thank you. It's
your first time?
It's my first. Yes, it's my first time. So.
Excellent. Welcome aboard. Yeah. Okay, everyone. So let's get started. We're going to be doing a grammar class today on the. Oh, where'd my video go? On the present perfect tense. So let me turn on the screen share, and we're going to go over a quick review of when do we use the present perfect and when do we use the simple past, okay? So let's take a look here. Turn on the screen share. And for the rest of you, you can turn off your video if you want. We're just going to be speaking today. So if you can see on the screen, can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with this review, okay? Is that big enough? Can you see, Adela?
Okay, yes.
That's all right? Okay, excellent. So let's start off by talking about when do we use the present perfect tense. So starting over here, the present perfect is often used with since and for to talk about situations that began in the past and continue up to now. Okay? So this is the first instance when we use the present perfect. something that started in the past and continues up to the present. Okay? It's continuing, it's not completed. Okay, which is a way of explaining it keeps going on. So, Adela, could you read sentence A, please?
Miss O has been a teacher since 2002.
Okay, and this word here can be tricky to pronounce. It's pronounced since.
Since.
Can everyone repeat after me? Since.
Since. Since.
Okay, good. So it's the situation is being a teacher, and the time frame, meaning the period of time, is from 2002 up until now, which means she might still be a teacher. She continues to be a teacher. Okay, let's hear from Sarah. Can you read sentence B?
Okay. I have been in this city since last May.
Okay, the situation is being in the city since last May. So are you still in the city?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. You're still in that city. You have not left. You continue to be in that city. All right. Let's do letter C. Jawad, can you read letter C?
Yes. We have been here since 9 o'clock.
Okay. So, Jawad, can I ask you to turn off your video, because then it will stay on my screen share.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, it's okay.
Very good. Very nice picture.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so we have been here since 9 o'clock. Are we still there?
Yes, yes, I'm still here.
Exactly. All right. So that continues up into the present. That's the important thing to remember. It continues into the present moment. Let's hear from Elcio. Can you read letter D, please?
Okay. Rita knows Robbie. They met 2 months ago. She has known him for 2 months. I met him 3 years ago. I have known him for 3 years.
Okay, thank you. So this continues, and you can see the use of the word for. Okay? In this case, you want to say for the period of time. Notice the use of since versus for in the examples. Since is a specific point in time. For example, 2002, last May, 9 o'clock. Okay, this word here, specific, is really important. For is a length of time, any length of time, general. For example, 2 months, 3 years. So you can say, I have known him for 3 years, or I have known him since 3 years ago, or I have known him since last year, for example. That's a specific point in time. All right? And here you have the better example. I have known Rob since I was in high school. A specific point in time. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Any questions?
You can't use this tense with a person who is already died, right?
Could you use that in a sentence?
For example, Michael Jackson has been in this city. You can say that, right?
You can say he has been in this city, but you wouldn't say since 2000 because he's someone who's dead. So it has to continue into the present day. And someone who is dead, they don't continue to do anything.
So it's better to say it in simple past.
Yes. Then we're going to go over in a little bit. We're going to go over when to use the present perfect and when to use the simple past. So it would be better to say Michael Jackson was in this city because it has been completed. All right, so let's scroll down to the next example. This is an example of questions. So the present perfect can talk about events that have or haven't happened before now. So the exact time of the event is unspecified. This is important to know. It means not specific. So the adverbs ever, never, yet, still, and already are often used with the present perfect. So let's read the example. So in an unspecific time, that's why it says time with the question mark, up until the present moment. It's not specific of the exact time period. So for example, we have letter F. Let's hear from, let's see, Isaac, could you read letter F, please?
Yep. Have you ever seen snow? No, I haven't. I've never seen snow, but Anna has seen snow.
Okay, we don't know exactly when it was that Anna saw the snow. We could say Anna saw snow last week. That's a specific time. We don't know the specific time, so we use the present perfect. But Anna has seen snow at some point in her life. Good. Okay, so you can see over here in the example, in letter F, the event is seeing snow, and the time frame is from the beginning of their lives up to now. She could have seen snow at any point. All right, letter G. Daniel, please read letter G.
Have you finished your homework yet? I still haven't finished mine. Jack has already finished his.
Okay, so one thing to notice here is that these words, have and finished, those are a compound verb tense, but sometimes you can split them up. For example, have you finished your homework yet? We wouldn't say, you have finished your homework yet, as a question. That is not how questions are formed in English. So this can be kind of tricky. And the other thing is, in this sentence, Jack has already finished his. You see this adverb, already. You can put that in between has and finished. You could also say Jack has finished his already. Okay, and in letter G, the event is doing homework, and the time frame is from the time the people started up to now. We don't know the specific length of time. Any questions about the second use of the present perfect?
No.
Okay, excellent. And moving down to, let's see, letter H. So we have the present perfect can also express an event that has occurred repeatedly from a point in the past up to the present time. The event may happen again. So from the beginning of the term, meaning beginning of the length of time, it could have happened once, twice, 3 times, and it could still happen again. So for example, we have letter H. Let's hear from Hussein. Could you read letter H? Hussein, are you there? Okay, let's go with Bashar. Could you read letter H, please?
Okay. We have had 3 tests so far this term.
Okay, so in letter H, the repeated event, the thing that happened more than once, is taking the test or taking tests. And the time frame is from the beginning of the term up to now. And so you can see the use of this expression, so far. You could say it, we have had 3 tests this term. And that means you could have more, or you could keep just that amount. So far in this exam, in this term, you've had 3 tests. All right, and letter I, back to Adela. Could you read letter I?
I've met many people since come here.
Okay, so met is the past participle of to meet. It's an irregular verb, so you have to say, I've met. Can you say that again? I've met.
I've met many people since I came here.
Excellent. Okay, the event is meeting people. And the time frame is from the time I came here up to now. Okay? And we also use these things called contractions. Contractions are when you take two words such as I have and shorten it to I've with this little symbol called the apostrophe. Okay, I would type that, but my arm hurts, so I can't really type right now. But you might have learned about contractions from learning this contraction, I'm, which we use very often in English. We say, I'm Maureen, I'm from California, I'm a teacher. It's very uncommon to say, I am. We like to shorten everything. All right, so who wants to read letter J? Let's hear from Sarah again. Could you read letter J, please?
Okay. We have had 3 t- tests so far this time.
Okay, so that's letter H. Could you read letter J?
I have been there. I have been there. You are been there. We have been there.
Okay.
They have been there.
Okay, so those are the long versions. I have been there, you have been there, we have been there, and we can shorten those to I've been there, you've been there, we've been there, they've been there. And then we have this other example where have and has are usually contracted with personal pronouns in informal writing. So, for example, he's been there, which actually means he has been there. Or she's been there, which is she has been there. Or it's been interesting, which is it has been interesting. So just be aware that this is informal writing, not informal writing. Contractions should really only be used when you're writing a note to a friend or a letter to a relative. When you write in English for your university, try to not use contractions. Think of them as for your friends.
Mean it's the apostrophe. I should to put apostrophe in university.
Yeah, the contractions mean that you use this apostrophe to shorten two words into one word. Try to not use them in your university. They are for informal speech or writing, not formal. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so that is the first part. Next, we're going to cover when to use the present perfect and when to use the simple past. But before we move on, are there any questions about how to use the present perfect? Okay, so for those of you who are Spanish speakers, this is probably a bit easier because you also are familiar with compound tenses in your own languages. So let me turn on the screen share to start the next section. Okay. So here we have the present perfect versus the simple past. And you have this cartoon where the man says, I've heard a lot of good things about Professor Stevens, but I haven't taken any of her classes. Have you? So here you have two contractions. I've, which is short for I have, and but I haven't, which is short for have not. Okay, and the girl says, yes, I took one of her classes last year. I loved it. So this man is using the present perfect tense. She is referring to a specific time period last year, so she uses the simple past. Okay, now we're going to go over these examples, which would hopefully clarify things for you. We've already discussed how the present perfect is used to talk about past events where there is no specific mention of time. Okay? In A, the speaker is talking about some unspecified time before now. Unspecified means not specific. So let's see, Jawad, can you read letter A, please?
Yes. I have met Linda, but I haven't met her husband. Have you met them?
Okay, so Jawad, met is the
Yes.
past participle of to meet. So it's pronounced a little differently. It's I've met. We have meet.
I have met.
And met is pronounced a little differently. These differences in vowels can be very tricky, but it's I've met Linda, but I haven't met her husband. Have you met them? You want to try again?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, and let's see.
Yes.
Do you want to read the sentence again, please?
Yes. I have met Linda, but I haven't met her husband. Have you met them?
Excellent. Very good. So we'll keep working on pronunciation with these words. The vowels can be very tricky in English. Okay, and so that is when to use the present perfect, where no specific time has mentioned. He didn't say, have you met them on Tuesday? Because we would not say that in English. However, if you have a specific time, a specific mention of time, you want to use the simple past tense. So, the simple past is used when there is a specific mention of time. And let's see, Isaac, could you read letter B, please?
Yes. I met Helen yesterday at a party. Her husband was there too, but I didn't meet him. Did you meet them at the party?
Good. The speaker is thinking of a specific time, yesterday. Okay, it is clear that he means yesterday, in which case you use the simple past. I met Helen yesterday. You would not say, I have met Helen yesterday. That's not correct. So, very good. Okay, that's the difference. Specific mention of time, simple past. No specific mention of time, present perfect. All right, and in the next example, the present perfect is used for situations that began in the past and continue to the present. That's the important word, continue, okay? They are not completed. For example, we have letter C. Let's hear from Bashar. Could you read letter C?
She has been a teacher for 10 years. He loves teaching. He loves teaching.
Very good. The present perfect tells us that Sam is still a teacher now. Sam has been a teacher for 10 years. He loves teaching. This event happened in the past, and it continues to the present. Sam might continue to be a teacher for another 10 years. That's when you know to use the present perfect. And next, we'll go over when to use the simple past. The simple past is used for situations that began and ended in the past. So the situation, the event, is completed. So letter D, let's hear from Elcio. Could you read letter D, please?
Yes, Jean was a teacher for 10 years, from 1995 to 2005. Now he is a salesman.
Good.
Salesman.
Good. A salesman. So Jim was a teacher for 10 years, from 1995 to 2005. Now he is a salesman. So the simple past tells us that Jim is not a teacher now. The event is complete. He was a teacher for 10 years, but he finished being a teacher. He completed being a teacher in 2005. Now he's a salesman. That's when you want to use the simple past. Okay? Any questions about when to use the present perfect and when to use the simple past?
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Yes. Would you explain again, please, the difference between example A and B?
Sure. So example A, I've met Linda, but I haven't met her husband. Have you met them? So we don't know when this person met Linda. Okay? They could have met Linda 10 years ago. They could have met her 5 years ago. They could have met her yesterday. But they don't say a specific time. So there is no specific mention of time. That's how you know to use the present perfect. And then in this example, they do mention a specific time, yesterday. So I met Helen yesterday at a party. Her husband was there too, but I didn't meet him. Did you meet them at the party? So this is a specific time, the party that happened yesterday, so they use the simple past.
Okay.
Okay?
I understand. I understand. Thank you.
Yes, good question. So when we talked before about Michael Jackson is dead, unfortunately, and that means that his action is completed. Okay? It's a situation that began in the past and ended in the past because he is no longer alive. So in that case, you need to use the simple past. For example, Michael Jackson was a singer. Not Michael Jackson has been a singer, because the event is complete. So now we're going to get a chance to practice. So I'm going to bring up a page of examples, and we're going to take some time to answer the examples. You must select either the simple past or the present perfect. So let me, okay. Okay, you can see here some examples. Exercise 13, looking at grammar. Complete these sentences. Use the simple past or present perfect form of the verbs in parentheses. So what do you need to look for? Look for specific mentions of time. If there is no specific mention of time, it's probably the present perfect. If there is a specific mention of time, it's probably the simple past. So let's do numbers 1 through 8, and I'm going to give everyone about 10 minutes to complete these exercises. So you can write them down on a piece of paper, or you can take some notes on your computer, but see if you can complete these sentences, okay? And if you have any questions, please ask me. Remember that when you see an adverb, like never or already, that's a clue that you should use the present perfect.
Teacher,
Yes?
I can't see completely the screen. Could you move up scroll?
Like that?
Yeah, sorry, move down. Move down.
It's just, we're just doing 1 through 8. Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yes and no? Well, we'll check. If you're not ready yet, sorry?
I have already finished.
Excellent. Okay, so let's get started going over the answers. If you haven't completed them, that's okay. We'll see if you can figure them out as we read them together. So let's start with Adela. Could you read number 1, please? And read with the answer you have chosen.
Okay, Fatima is from a hot, arid part of her country. She never has seen the snow.
Okay. So Fatima is from a hot, arid part of her country. Arid means the same as dry. There is not a lot of rain in this area. And what did you say?
She has never seen the snow.
Excellent. Okay. So we don't need to say the when we're talking about snow, because I think if you came to my countable and uncountable nouns class, we don't need the before weather. So it is she has never seen snow. Never seen snow. And present perfect tense.
Right.
There's no specific time. It could be at any point in her life she has never seen snow, and it continues to this day. Maybe someday she will see snow, but so far in her life she has not. Very good. Okay. And let's go over to Jawad. Could you read number 2, please? Jawad, are you there? Okay, let's try.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Last January, I saw snow for the first time in my life.
Excellent. So it's the simple past. I saw snow for the first time in my life. So Jawad, can you tell us why did you select the simple past?
Because I see last January.
That's right. A specific time was mentioned. Last January, I saw snow. There's a specific time. Excellent. Okay. Number 3, let's go to Sarah. Sarah, could you read number 3, please?
Okay. Last night, my friend and I some free time. I had some free time. So we go to a show.
Okay, this happened in the past.
Yeah, past simple.
Okay, so we.
And we went to a show.
Very good. Okay, it's the simple past because you can see here it says last night. That's a specific time. So last night, my friend and I had some free time, so we went to the show. Very good. And let's go to number 4. Let's hear from Isaac.
Since classes began, I haven't had much free time. My classes keep me really busy.
Very good. And you use that contraction of haven't, which is short for have not had free time. And my classes keep me really busy. So why did you choose the present perfect?
Because since is present in the sentences, sentence, and it announces the present perfect tense.
You see the word since, and when you went back to the original lesson, the words since and for are often used with the present perfect because the time continues. Good. And let's go to Hussein. Could you read number 5, please? Hussein?
Can I answer?
Sure.
Yes. I am Bashar. Can I answer the sentence?
Yes.
I would like to answer.
Yes, go ahead.
Ming Wan has been in this class for 3 months. His English is getting better and better. He plans to take this class until the end of May.
Okay, very good. Ming Wan has been in this class for 3 months. His English is getting better and better. He plans to take this class until the end of May. So there is your clue. The event continues until the end of May. That's how you know we should use the present perfect tense. Very good. Mingwan has been. Now, to be in a past participle is a little irregular. So good job watching out for those irregular past participles. And let's see, number 6, let's hear from Elcio, please.
Let's go. Number 6?
Yes, please.
Mr. Paris was in your class for 3 months, but then she left school to get a job?
Excellent. Mrs. Perez was in our class for 3 months, but then she left school to get a job. So here's a really good example of why you should watch out for the word for and not just assume that means you should use the present perfect. This event has ended. It's been completed. She left school to get a new job. So you know you must use the simple past. Very good. Mrs. Perez was in our class for 3 months, but she is no longer in the class. Excellent. Let's do number 7. Let's go to back to Adela, please.
Late breaking news. A major earthquake has been just occurred in Southern California. It occurred at 9:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, good. So a major earthquake, and you see this word just, which seems like you would want to say has just occurred. But instead you can just say a major earthquake just occurred. Okay. Actually, in this case, either one really makes sense. You could say has just occurred in Southern California because no time has been specified. But in the next example, it said it occurred at 9:25 a.m. That's a specific time. So you have to say occurred.
Okay.
All right. I think it's funny because many people are very afraid of earthquakes, but I've lived in Southern California my whole life, and I'm not afraid of them at all. Okay, number 8. Let's go to Isaac, please.
I admit that I've got older since I last saw you, but with any luck at all, I've also got wiser.
Okay, very good. One quick note though, there's a little, you can see a little star next to get. It's that's called an asterisk, and it usually means there's a note at the bottom. So we have to go over this note. It says, I have gotten or have got 4 letters so far this week. Got is used as the past participle in both American and British English. Gotten only occurs in American English. If you are studying American English, it's important to know that we would say, I have gotten. Okay?
I had this doubt.
Yes, exactly. So in British English, you can say, I have got older. But in American English, it is much more common to say, I admit that I have gotten older since I last saw you. That is correct. But with any luck, I have also gotten wiser. So that was a little tricky one for you, Isaac, but you did great. Just to be aware, gotten is American English. So I teach with an American style, obviously, since I'm from the United States. And if you are all interested in working on American English, just be aware that to get becomes gotten as a past participle. So have gotten.
Okay.
All right, very good. Okay, and we don't really have time to go over, to take any time to complete number 9 and 10 and 11, but let's try to get through them while we can. So number 9, I'll read it. Are you taking Chemistry 101 this semester? No, and then we have the words take and already. So let's take a look at the note. There are 2 asterisks. Typically, the present perfect is used with sentences with already, yet, and just. But in some situations, the simple past is also commonly used with these adverbs in informal English, especially American English with no difference in meaning. So that explains why it was a major earthquake just occurred. This is one of those adverbs that can be used with the simple past. And again, already is one that in American English we can use with the simple past. So how would you complete this sentence, Elcio? No, I...
Let me think.
The tricky one.
No, I already taken each.
Okay, so already can be used with the simple past, but remember the simple past is no, I already took it.
Already took.
So take in the past is irregular. Gotta love those irregular verbs, right? I already took it. I took it last semester. This semester I'm in 102. Okay? You could also say, no, I have already taken it. In American English, you can use either. But I would say it would be more common to say, no, I already took it. That's a bit more informal. Okay, and number 10, let's go to Sarah. I'll read it. Greg Adams, yes, I know him. What do you think is the answer, Sarah? Okay, Sarah, are you there? Maybe Jawad, you could answer?
Yes. Greg Adams, yes, I know him. It's a simple past, but with my accent, I don't. I knew him since college.
Okay, so you see the word since. Since is a clue that you should use the present perfect. This is a period of time that's not completed. This person still knows Greg Adams, so you want to use the present perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so I
have no.
It's I have known. It's a little irregular with an N on the end.
Okay. I have known him since college.
Very good. So they met in college. They have known each other this whole time, and they will continue to know each other. Okay? Very good. And number 11, Joe North passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. Joe North passed away, which is another way of saying Joe North died. I'm sorry to hear that. And what do we think it is? Everyone?
You.
Very good, because the action is completed. Joe North has died, so I knew him well when we were in college together. That happened in the past, and it is completed because Joe North is dead. Okay, excellent work, everyone. Very good job today. I think we've all learned a lot. Now you'll be able to go forth and use the present perfect and the simple past in the correct situations. Any questions?
No.
No.
Okay. I've got another class starting up right now. It's a conversation class for intermediate students. So if you'd like to join us, I'll see you there. And if not, I'll see you in the next class.
Bye, Maureen.
Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Take care.
Bye bye.